Maybe you started a New Year's resolution or have been telling yourself that you'll begin to draw, but days go by where you wake up and you go to work or school and come back home and sleep again. But you still want to draw. Well, I have a good news for you. That is the perfect way to start. The desire to be an artist that has once bloomed in me has now bloomed in you, and I'm so excited. But it can be really overwhelming to start. The best way I would say is to incorporate it into your daily routine, so that way everything else that comes after feels like a worthy investment. You are probably going to spend a lot of money on art supplies, whether they be digital or traditional mediums, and you're also going to spend a lot of time focusing on how to make yourself a better artist and being frustrated that you can't get certain things right. But don't worry, we have a lot of guides for that. So you're gonna have a lot of questions. What do I draw? Where do I draw? Da 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 da. We're gonna get started first. When? When are you going to draw? Because that's the most important part. So I say draw during lunch, dinner, while watching TV, listening to podcasts, musics, or YouTube videos. Just put it into an already big time. Because we only have so many hours in a day, and unless you stay up all the time, I don't imagine you'll have the energy or to like sit freely and draw. So just try to do it at some time before you like really set out a set time for it to see if you really enjoy it and like what you're doing. The next thing we have to discuss is the supplies and the costs. You can start with either digital or traditional art. So the thing is, while digital art can be a big payment up front, it is like kind of a one-time thing. So if you were to get a pen tablet or a display tablet or an iPad, it would be that one cost, and then you probably would just have to pay for software and then like never again until your tablet goes out of date or stops working, whatever, you know? So my estimate cost for that, like how much I paid, and depending on what you're gonna do, start at the bottom or whatever, or get a different thing, it would be around $329 or more for a really good iPad. And then for a Huon tablet or an XP Pen tablet, the prices vary, but I think you could really get a good one for like as low as $50, maybe even less than that. I don't remember. I haven't checked the prices. But yeah, those would work pretty well. So that one-time payment versus buying traditional art, which would be, depending on what you want to do, painting, sketching, um, drawing with pens. Maybe you want to try out alcohol markers. Maybe you want to try out oil paints or tempera. Is that what it's called? Yeah, or tempera paints, or so many things. There's so many mediums and routes that you can go with traditional art. So where are you going to start? I would say just start with any cheap notebook. I started with those cheap notebooks and then draw with just a pencil, any old pencil. You can even start with Crayola, like kid supplies, and it's not going to be the best. You'll probably want to level up the quality if you really like fall in love with art beyond that. But yeah, I just say start with all of that stuff. And what do you draw? So I started off just drawing faces and like people with clothes and everything and fashion stuff because that's what I was interested in. But you may be interested in drawing something else. Like maybe you want to draw still life or landscapes or portraiture primarily. Maybe you want to do environmental studies, fan art. You can just draw whatever you want. It's like the possibilities are kind of endless, and it's just up to you to start. And I would say draw from memory and also watch a tutorial. And if your art doesn't look exactly like it, that's okay. Like obviously with time, you'll get closer to that result, the result that you want. But when you first start off, it's gonna be just like you should just be glad that you did it because the most important thing is that you accomplished anything. So when I started off drawing and everything, I think I started taking it seriously in high school, and I used to draw every day during class while like the teachers were teaching, and I still kept up with my schoolwork and everything because I actually do better when I multitask, even though my sister tells me that it's not possible. I really love multitasking and drawing at the same time, and usually that's what I would do. I would draw whatever I wanted to, usually from my imagination. Sometimes I'd pull up a reference if I was drawing like during lunchtime or before school or when I was at home. But most of the time I tried to draw from my mind, and then when I wanted to draw something and I didn't know how, I used a reference. And that's when I started getting more into the art community and watching a lot of videos, watching a lot of tutorials, finding many amazing artists on here who have helped me improve my art a lot. And yeah, I'm really grateful that I did all that. And right now I'm starting a new challenge with learning how to draw backgrounds. And yeah, I'm nervous about it. Like, that's the thing, you're gonna be nervous, but you just have to jump in, just have to take the leap. And you have to remember that it will take time, and that's the most annoying thing. Like, why can't you just instantly be good at it? But it's really fun to look back and see all of your progress and see where you came from, in my opinion. And I think that's just, it makes it worth it in the end to know that you're constantly improving and everything. I will say that getting started, like when I first got started with digital art, I did not like the way that it looked. I thought I was really bad at it and everything, but I think I've greatly improved since then. And I don't know, it's just really funny to look back at old art and be like, wow, like I drew that and I was so proud of myself, and I don't like it. You know, like you think it looks bad, but like ultimately, I don't know, like that's the growth, that's the process. I think the hardest part early on about me doing everything was I kept getting no, the hardest part now. Like early on, I was really confident and I would just do things. But now it's like, if I mess up once, it's hard for me to try to keep going. But you see here that I was like really trying to be confident within myself and keep it up, even though I felt like I wasn't doing the best job. Like I messed up with some of the poses that I was doing for her, and I had to do a lot of editing after like I finished a drawing. Like it was really hard for me to do this, because drawing real people has always been kind of a struggle for me. But I tried my best with this stuff because I really love the show, and so I kind of think I did a good job, and it was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be, even though it was frustrating. And I think that is kind of what makes it more awesome, I guess. Like, I'm still getting to have fun with art. So I hope you guys like these drawings, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.